Hi, I'm April. I am a singer-songwriter and music teacher, and today I am very, very excited to be doing a collaboration with my friend Josephine. Josephine also has a YouTube channel. It is amazing. She also does songwriting content, and if you like this channel, you will definitely love her channel, so please do check it out. Josephine and I have challenged each other to use 3 random words in a song, and then we're going to compare and contrast what we each come up with. So whatever I write today is going to be my version of it, and then I will also make sure to link her version as well, which I'm sure is going to be amazing because she is amazing.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to screen share with you.
Cool. Bring it.
Yes, randomwordgenerator.com. Okay.
Continuous doesn't count.
No, because that was here when we got here. I want to be able to click the button because clicking.
If it says pi now, I'm gonna slam you.
Because continuous is actually kind of a good word.
Yes, it is.
It's probably going to be a way better word than the actual one that we come up with.
It's gotta be pi.
Agent. Okay.
Ooh, I can work with that.
Okay, so we have to come up with songs that use the word agent. And then I'm gonna.
Or something that it can be associated with.
It can
right?
also be associated.
Do you want a literal word?
I think it's fine if it's not the literal word, but I think as long as it's somehow tangentially, as long as we can explain why it's related to the word agent.
Girl, I can explain. I can make 2 things seem alike that don't have anything in common.
Okay, so the first word is agent.
Cool.
The second word is going to be
Brrr.
jet.
Ooh.
Okay, jet.
We're in an action movie.
Yeah, I love this. We're about to write like a James Bond song.
Yeah.
You ready? Last one. Resolution. Ooh. Are we allowed to? Okay. When I hear the word resolution, I think of like resolution like in music. So are we allowed to do it like that? Like the song resolves?
I don't know what resolution means, so I have to look it up first.
So like if resolution means like if something, like if there's a cliffhanger, like if something you're like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, the resolution is like, it's complete, like it's finished. Like
makes sense.
So like I wonder if that would make sense.
If you can explain it, it's fine by me.
And then we'll see like what we each come up with, and it'll be fun.
So my 3 words are agent, jet, and resolution. And right off the bat, I'm going to come clean. I'm going to admit something. Since I knew about these words ahead of time, I did think about this a little bit. I didn't write any of the song. I haven't done any of that yet. I'm going to do all of that on camera today. But one thing I did do is I thought long and hard about the word agent. And specifically, I thought about how the word agent reminds me of secret agents. And specifically, I thought very hard about James Bond. I'm not like the biggest James Bond fan on the planet, but I do really love the music that's associated with the franchise. So I took a little bit of a deep dive into James Bond music, and I discovered something kind of crazy that I'm really, really excited about. So it turns out that all of these amazing songs from these James Bond movies all use exactly the same chord progression. So what I'm gonna do today is I am going to show you that chord progression. I am going to attempt to write a song around it and use the other 2 words in that song. So hopefully you enjoy it. I am sure this is going to be a very fun experiment. As a heads up, I am transposing these a tiny bit just to make sure that they all match, because they are the same chord progression, but they're in different keys, and also so that I can sing all of them. So this is the chord progression that we're going to be looking at, and I am going to be playing it in B minor, because it's easiest for me to sing. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then feel my heart burst again. I should have known I'd leave alone. just the blood you own. Another ringer with a slick trigger finger for Her Majesty. Another one with the golden tongue poisoning your fantasy. Another bill from a killer turned of thriller to a tragedy. You get the idea. So this isn't just a pattern in these 3 songs. This chord progression is all over James Bond. I think the only one in like the recent iterations of James Bond that doesn't use this chord progression is the Sam Smith song, which is also really, really great and kind of still has that James Bond thing about it, even though it's not using that exact chord progression. So with that out of the way, I have my chord progression, and I know that it's going to be somehow agent themed, right? It's gonna have this Bond thing about it. So for me, I think that's gonna count as using agent in my song. The other words I have to use are jet and resolution, and I think honestly they're not gonna be too hard to fit into this song. I'm thinking jet makes sense because it's like either he's flying off in a jet because he's like James Bond and he's all like, or it could just be a descriptor like something is jet black, which is a really nice phrase because jet black has a lot of good syllables and it's short and punchy. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm going to use the word resolution in the song or whether I'm going to find a way to use resolution with my chords, either by resolving or not resolving for whatever reason, but I'm sure I'm going to figure it out as I go. Now, if I'm going to write a James Bond song, I want to make sure that my lyrics are relevant to the franchise. So some things that I've noticed in all of these songs that I've taken a look at are that, number one, pretty much all of them have the word die in them in some capacity. And number two, they're not very descriptive. These lyrics don't really go into details, and I think that makes a lot of sense given the actual franchise. Nobody really knows what's happening with James Bond. He's like off in the corner, being all James Bondy about stuff, and like doing parkour on the roof that one time, which honestly is like the only moment from James Bond that like I can remember off the top of my head, to be honest. I think I probably just need to go back and watch James Bond again, but be that as it may. I'm gonna somehow find a way to use probably a gambling metaphor and the word die in some capacity, because that's been the kind of ongoing thread. Like most of these songs have the word die in the title. Say that one more time. Roll the die. Okay, so that's definitely the title of this song. Wow, okay, amazing. So what are some things that we associate James Bond with specifically? For me, it's like casinos and wearing fancy suits and like having these really gorgeous women on either side of him and being very suave, I guess. Misogyny. And the idea that maybe he's putting his life at stake, like he doesn't know whether there's poison in his wine at a given moment. Or I guess maybe he drinks like scotch or something. One of those kind of drinks that like, you know, your grandpa would have had. I don't know. Halle Berry was in the ocean one time. God, I really don't remember much about James Bond. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna stick with the gambling thing because I think that's gonna be the best way to do this. Step back. It's the same as that other song too, that right now she's probably slow dancing with a beach blonde tramp and she's probably getting frisky. It's the same as that what's her face song. You know the one? Best not write a Carrie Underwood song and get copyright striked. It's fine. Today's the day it all could change. Ooh, very vague. I like it. Today's the day. You step outside into the rain, and the cards are on the table. No, maybe we won't do cards. The dice. The dice roll out on the table, and the dice roll out on the table, and you don't know where they'll land. But you're too far gone to worry about the something in your hand. But you're too far gone to worry now. It's out of your hands. It's out of your command. No, out of your hands. This jet black death trap. Ooh, that's cool. Jet black death trap. Ooh, love that. Okay. This jet trap. This jet trap. This jet black death trap's moving you forward and this jet black death trap's moving you forward. You're on the rocks and get on the rocks like a drink, like we talked about. This jet black death trap's moving you forward. You're on the rocks this time. It's time to roll the die. Ooh, yeah. And now I have to come up with more, I guess. Okay. Okay, so at this point I have a first verse. It looks like I've got a bit of a pre-chorus happening, and then I've got this time to roll the die, and then maybe like a whoa, something along those lines. I don't know. So from there, I've got to go back to my verse. So I've already used the word jet, and my song is already about secret agents. So now all I have to use is resolution, which I could either use as chord resolution, melody resolution, that sort of thing, or it could be the word resolution or the word resolve somewhere in this song. Today's the day. I'm gonna go back to that today's the day, because some vague thing is happening this specific day. I normally don't write songs that are this vague, and for me this is actually a very big challenge because I tend to write very, very specific lyrics. So going from writing something really, really specific to writing something really vague is specifically hard because I am used to building my story in increments. I'm used to being able to kind of know where the story is going, because the specificity of it builds. But in this case, because it's so nebulous, I could go in literally any direction, and that's causing me to kind of just wonder what I should do. So I've started with today's the day, so I'm gonna go back to this today's the day line. Today's the day, and then something else here that's not, it all could change. So today's the day. You finally see. Well, something. Destiny. Okay. What's been waiting? Destiny. Maybe like if the plans you've made are destiny. Today's the day you finally see. If the plans you've made are in your destiny. Okay, sure. If the plans you made maybe are meant. No, not meant to be. The plans you made for destiny. If the plans you made are part of your destiny. This ooh, maybe if I go up for that. This jet black death trap's moving you forward. You're on the rocks this time. Ooh, that's cool. It's time to roll the die. It's time to roll the die. That's kind of cool. Today's the day you finally see. If the plans you made are part of your destiny, and the clock is ticking, moving you forward, and no, I already said. You're breathing down the barrel. Oh, that's good. Okay, wait. You're breathing down the barrel, and you don't know Okay, you don't know where you stand. Because then that mirrors, you don't know where they'll land, you don't know where you stand. So it's got that thing. But you're too far gone to worry now. It's out of your hands. So now, what I like about this at this point is that in the first verse, I'm saying, you know, the dice are rolling on the table, but that's out of your hands, you can't worry about it. And now I'm saying, you are standing with a gun in your face, and you're like, ah, this is scary, but again, it's out of your hands. So it's basically using this gambling metaphor and this, like, life and death thing, and, you know, roll the die, so it's both. I think it works. This jumper rocks this time. It's time to roll the die. What is wrong with me? So yeah, I think we just repeat the Jet Black Death Trap lyric because I think that's really cool. And I like saying you're on the rocks just because it's, you know, it's a double meaning, I guess, but also it's really corny because it's James Bond and he's always like probably drinking something on the rocks. But I kind of like that it's corny. Corny is good, I think, when you're writing a James Bond song specifically. I think, but also maybe we should ask like Billie Eilish and Adele. Maybe they would know better than I would. So now the only thing that I have not done at this point is a bridge, but honestly, I don't think the song really needs a bridge. What am I gonna do? Like, go to the relative major and be like, oh, this is a sweet thing now? No, it's James Bond. So I'm not gonna do a bridge. Maybe like an epic guitar solo in there somewhere. Something like that. And I think I'm gonna end with another time to roll the die at the end. And then I think what I'm gonna do is really beef up this resolution, or lack of resolution. I haven't decided, but definitely resolution is something I'm thinking about during this ending, and hopefully that's good enough. Hopefully that counts. Let me know in the comments if you think it counts. I think it counts. It's time to roll the die. Yeah. Ooh. So now that's what would happen if we resolve completely. If we don't resolve, however, we have other options. So we can do, it's time to roll the die. And then we don't resolve. So since our character in this song is like, their life is up in the air, they rolled the dice, they're not sure where they're going, either they're alive or dead, something's happening here, and it's unresolved. And because there's that tension in the song, deciding to not resolve at the end is going to leave the ending up to interpretation. We get to kind of decide for ourselves. Did James Bond live another day, die another day? Or, you know, whatever. But anyway, I think that's the end of the song, and hopefully you enjoyed watching this process. I had a lot of fun writing this. I thought this was really fun. So before you leave, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek into what Josephine wrote for the exact same 3 words. And be sure to check out Josephine's channel. She's wonderful, she is really, really smart, and has a lot of awesome things to say, and she has a lot of really cool music on her channel as well. So So before you leave, I'm going to remind you one more time to please go check out Josephine's channel. Make sure that you check out the song that she's written. And of course, leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought of my song, whether you think my use of resolution was good. Do you like James Bond? Do you not like James Bond? Were you as shocked as I was to discover that they all use the exact same chord progression? And of course, while you're at it, make sure to subscribe and ring the little bell to be notified the next time I post.